Venezuela's president may now be on his way out, as pressure mounts and tensions with the Trump administration deepen, fueling speculation about a possible transition of power in Caracas. A report by CNN claims that Nicolás Maduro quietly reached out to President Donald Trump's representative, seeking to reopen communication channels and resume high-level political dialogue between the two sides. In these behind-the-scenes contacts, Maduro reportedly told American officials that he is prepared to step down from office, but only after a period of around 18 months, rather than leaving the presidency immediately. Some officials in Washington viewed this idea of a delayed resignation as an imperfect but still workable option, seeing it as a potential way to defuse the crisis while allowing time for an orderly transition. However, the White House ultimately took a tougher line, insisting that the Venezuelan president should step down right away, rejecting any extended timetable for his departure from power. US President Donald Trump also held a phone call with his counterpart in Caracas last week, a rare direct conversation that underscored how serious the growing Caribbean tensions were. Trump later confirmed that the call took place but refused to share details about what exactly was said, keeping the substance of his conversation with Maduro shrouded in secrecy. He also publicly defended his decision to announce that Venezuelan airspace would be considered closed on November 29, portraying it as a necessary step to increase pressure on Maduro's government. Earlier, when questioned by reporters about whether a US airstrike on Caracas or broader military action was imminent, Trump responded cautiously, leaving open questions about how far Washington is prepared to go.
President, on Venezuela, can you tell us more about why the airspace above Venezuela should be considered closed?
Because we consider Venezuela to be not a very friendly country. They send millions of people, really, and probably a number in excess of that. And a lot of those people shouldn't be in our country, from jails, from gangs, from drug dealers, from all of the people that came into our country shouldn't have been in our country, causing a lot of problems. And drugs.
Does your warning mean that an airstrike is imminent, or should we not read it that way?
Don't read anything into it.
The New York Times reported that you had a phone call with Maduro. Did you?
I don't want to comment on it. The answer is yes.
And can you tell us a little bit
No,
about
I can't do that.
Would you say it went well?
I would say it went well or badly.
You think so?
Can you talk a little bit about the strikes and the controversy around Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth?
I don't know anything about it. He said he did not say that, and I believe it.
So you don't know if there was
You're talking about the two men?
the second strike to kill the two men?
No, he said he didn't do it. He said he never said it.
Would you be okay with that if he did?
He said he didn't do it, so I don't have to make that decision.
Meanwhile, on November 30th, Nicolás Maduro suddenly resurfaced in Caracas after days of speculation about his whereabouts, following reports and rumors that he might have disappeared amid rising tensions. He appeared at a public event with coffee farmers, using the meeting to show he was still in the country and effectively put an end to widespread talk that he had secretly fled Venezuela.
Sanctions, threats, blockades, economic war, and Venezuelans did not cower. Here, as they say, everyone put on their boots and went to work. And we went from 0 hectares of coffee production, we almost reached, to this year 2025, where 250,000 hectares of coffee are currently planted.
The Venezuelan president has accused the US of trying to seize control of his country's vast oil reserves, portraying the pressure campaign as an attempt to capture Venezuela's enormous energy wealth rather than a move for democracy or security. Maduro has also written to the international oil watchdog, warning that US actions are putting Venezuela's oil production at risk and could destabilize global energy markets if they are allowed to continue unchecked. Even Colombian President Gustavo Petro has alleged that Donald Trump's real objective is Venezuela's oil, arguing that the US focus is driven more by desire for resources than by any genuine effort to tackle drug traffickers in the region.
Secretary General, OPEC countries, non-OPEC countries, OPEC+. Venezuela formally denounces before this body that the government of the United States of America intends to take control of Venezuela's vast oil reserves, the largest on the planet, through the use of lethal military force against the territory, the people, and the institutions of the country. This claim not only contradicts the provisions governing peaceful coexistence between nations, but also seriously endangers the stability of Venezuelan oil production and the world market. Venezuela will remain firm in the defense of its natural and energy resources and will not succumb to any type of blackmail or threat. Dear Secretary General and members of OPEC and OPEC+, I hope to count on your best efforts to help stop this aggression that is developing with increasing force and seriously threatens the balance of the international energy market, both for producing and consuming countries.
25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that look, you will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest news makers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the U.S. will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry guards.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Deep dive into burning issues.
It's often said DRC could be the richest country in the whole world. It's because of what sits underneath.
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HT videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.
$25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that look, you will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest news makers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the U.S. will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry guards.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Deep dive into burning issues.
It's often said DRC could be the richest country in the whole world. It's because of what sits underneath.
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HT videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.